Hi everybody, the Mature Simmer here. So welcome to Real Economy Trucking Euro Style. For those who have watched this and have been keeping up with it as I've been releasing them, you may have gotten extremely concerned that maybe the series just ended without any kind of notice, because it's been, I think, about a month and a half since I've had an episode. But do not worry, I am here, I am back. But the challenge was, when we moved to 1.47, the Real Economy mod was updated to work with 1.47, but according to the creator, the changes they needed to make were so extensive that it wouldn't work with an older version. So I couldn't continue to run under 1.46 like I have been in my American Truck Sim series while I wait for updates. And so what that did would basically make me be dead in the water. I could have certainly changed to some other Real Economy mod, but that would have completely ripped at the heart out of the centerpiece of what was happening here. So I made the decision to wait until I could run in 1.47, but what that meant is I've been waiting for Pro Mods to be done. And Pro Mods just finished up. It's taken me a few days to download and get things going. So here we are. But one of the things that I was worried I would need to do is something that they've offered in 1.47 as a change, which is awesome for something that I do. Because normally we'd get a game change detected. As you can see, it'll say to prevent issues with compatibility, all unfinished deliveries have been canceled without penalty to you. That doesn't apply to us because we finished our delivery. And a safe place truck repark is required. What it used to do is it simply would toss you back to your home garage, which means I would be up in Germany again, even though we had made our way all the way back to Macedonia. And I had to run into this a couple times with updates to the game that happened earlier on. But in 1.47, they've now added basically a free quick travel when that happens. And so I wanted to show how that works. I've never seen it before. I'm in. Hopefully everything will go fine. So yes. So I want to be right there. So it hadn't moved me. Now let's see. I'm assuming it's still simply special transports for anything that may have gotten changed. They added one in Brest, which is in France, I believe. Alright, so on the surface, looks like everything is working. And the most important thing is I didn't have to transfer all the way from up here. Where was I? Duisburg, I think, is where I'm headquartered. And, and then make my way all the way down here. Because again, my goal is I'm trying to get to the Middle East at this point. We've got all these cities over here. I've spent very little time. I've gone over here and I think I've gone to like one city. I think I may have just gotten off the ferry and literally delivered off the ferry. But I'd like to explore the area a little bit, especially, maybe we get all the way out here to Baiji and Haditha and Al-Qaim and stuff like that. Why not? I mean, it's part of the fun of exploring as we go along. So taking a look at what options I've got for moving some freight over, obviously this first job actually would be decent because it gets me to the port city that then I'll be able to take and move further on. But as I look things over, the next few were a little more interesting. This one actually got me moving and it got me over to Cyprus. But this is the job I think I'm going to go ahead and take, because this actually gets me over to the Mideast, and there is a coastal road along here that then will get me down. This other job gets me right in the center of things, but is quite a good length at this point, and so I'm thinking this one's going to be a little bit better, because it's just going to, I think, be a little more reasonable for an episode length. I'm worried I don't know if this is really slow going once we get over here, if this is similar to say, the Reforma map in American Truck Simulator, where I'm driving in Mexico, and that it's just not as easy to move around as quickly. So this will give me a reasonable total land distance, because we've got this piece, but then there's a little segment here where we got to drive between two cities on Cyprus. So we get, you know, a little bit of activity on Cyprus, as well as getting over to our ultimate goal at this point of getting over here, and then we can start to explore and do some jobs in that area of the world. So I'm going to take that and we'll go get it.
Ready to roll.
Alright, so I've got my lights on. Whoops. My lights on. I just wasn't sure. Wait a minute, what is happening? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong things is what I'm doing. That's right, we were in here for repair last time, and we had stopped there. So I just need to head on over. I suppose probably the smart thing to do is just look at the map. Alright, so I don't think we need to go super far. So yeah, looks like we head out, go up and around, and I knew steep here was pretty tiny. So yeah, we're going to go to the right, because obviously that's the only direction we can go. And then we'll turn left there and
get ready to turn left.
Go from there.
Turn left.
Alright. Good amount of traffic here early Sunday morning. He's slowing down. I'm half wondering if he's turning, but he's not. Alright, I think we'll be good here. Got a pretty good line behind us there. Alright, a little bit of an underpass. Heading out here into the country. Yeah, the other one would have been, the first job would have been good from the standpoint of being able to get the fragile cargo bonus and things like that, but I do like the fact of this getting me into a location that I think will work well for what the goals are, which is to explore the Middle East area. Alright.
Turn left.
Ah, there it is. I'm like, where is the pickup point here? This is a real interesting
It's all over now.
Little setup. Alright, and there is the job. So it's smoked eel that we'll be taking.
Drive safe.
Now we have a few days to get there, but don't forget, that's because we've got some pretty good ferry rides that I'm sure are going to take some time to get us to where we need to be. So I'll try to get over here. It's obviously at the far side of the yard, so we're right across the, or right along the fence, so just obviously being careful there. Not quite. There we go.
Let's go.
Alright, and again, it's about 295 kilometers, so let me shrink that down here. Or reset that, I should say, not shrink it down. Reset my trip meter. I don't know why shrink it down is what it felt like I was doing, but anyway. Alright, heading out here. It's been so long since I've been in this cab, it just feels weird. I don't know.
To turn right.
So yeah, but we're finally on 1.47. about I think it's a good month since it actually was released. So you may have, seen it other places first, but if not, welcome to 1.47. I don't know that visually we're going to see much different. I wouldn't, expect that. That's not normally what we have. Whoa. Sometimes that happens with some of the vehicles, so
Go straight on.
obviously we had a skin that wasn't working with that. The game decided and turned it into the wireframe, neon wireframe that sometimes you see. So definitely interesting train crossings. I think I commented about that at one point. Whoa.
Exit now.
I thought it was only that car, but it is not. Obviously, we've got to go to the right here, because we can just see on the map there's not anywhere else that really would work. There we go. Looks like at some point our turn signal should turn off. Alright. Yeah, just heading out of town. I don't really have my bearings as to are we going to go left or right, or I guess maybe we might not go anywhere.
Get ready to turn left.
There we go. Okay. So, where do I turn left? Because that's a dead end.
Turn left, and then turn right.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we're going to turn left.
Turn right.
And then turn right. And hopefully we won't get any of those strange errors. Alright, we'll turn that off because we don't need that anymore. And I assume we just... well, maybe not. I was going to say we go across, but no, I think we're just continuing. Never mind, we can't go across. That would make sense. Ah, it's Magdak again. I think we ran into them coming into town. So they must have or be a big carrier for this area or something. Alright, I guess I'll move to the right because I'm just not sure which way it's going to send me.
Right.
Let me look before. Alright, so we're going to exit here. Because keep right doesn't really tell me to do what I'm doing, but that's why I check, because sometimes with the Pro Mods mod, the GPS has a little bit of directional challenges. But we're almost 40 kilometers out of town at this point, so not bad. Let's see. So, go 80, go up one more. That'll be about what I would normally be doing since my speed is 80 kilometers as far as on the roadway. Looks like we've got a bit of crop and fields on the side, but good news is sun coming up, so we're not in the dark too long. I was starting to worry about that. Is this going to be another dark episode? But it isn't, because I didn't really want to fast forward, because what I don't know is, would I have enough time with the ferries and so forth, and you do get to rest and sleep on the ferries. So since I don't have a need to rest adamantly, I'm thinking I can make this run, and then obviously the ferries will do what the ferries do, and we'll see where we end up. Alright, so let me take a peek again here. Alright, so we're going to go across and then turn to the left. So I'll move over. And, well, I guess I should just keep the signal on, because we're turning here. Nice mountains. Alright, heading toward Athens. Oh, there's just like a rock or something there on the side of the road. Not sure where that came from. It's not like we're directly in a mountainous area, but it's there for some reason. or I didn't understand what I was looking at, but it looked like just a fallen rock laying by the side of the road. Alright, a little bit of a rose-colored sky this morning. Pretty nice with the clouds. Alright, pay toll, there we go. There's some words I understand. I was like, I'm not sure what I'm looking at. So I think I'll just go straight in, since I've got to stop in all cases. Yeah, it does look, because no, there's a gate, it's just up. I was like, that other one doesn't have a gate at the far right, but it does. Alright, €8. Doesn't bode well. That likely means we're going to have frequent tolls again. Because otherwise I would think they would collect more. Now, where are we going from here? Just straight ahead. That makes it nice. So, heading to Thessalonica. Again, it looks like, I guess we're turning to the left, so we're not really going toward the mountains there. We'll be skirting around the edge, which I'm sure makes sense for when you're building the roadway. Why make it more challenging if you don't need to? Is that a tunnel? Okay. I was like, what am I looking at? This early morning light is definitely interesting. So, it's claiming we can go 90 in there, but that might be for cars, because obviously our speed limit hasn't changed. Not a super long tunnel, but does its job. Obviously, gets us through the landscape without having to make things more difficult. Got a river below us. Alright, Smokvika is what it looks like that we're coming up on. There's a lot of interesting names that I'm gonna butcher, I'm sure. Givgelia. Alright. Athens. Straight ahead. Alright, but 130, and I think it was, because I think to Thessalonica, I think that first job was like 221 kilometers, so I'm assuming that's kind of around about what I should expect. Obviously, we're going to the ferry port, so that may be a few extra kilometers more than just whatever the delivery location in Thessalonica was, but we're coming up on a border here. A lot of customs icons. So let's try to avoid going into the wrong area. Looks like I see trucks over on the right. So otherwise we could hit a gate
Right.
we can't get
And then
past.
turn right.
Okay, well that
Turn
truck's
right.
decided he's a bus, I guess. I don't know what he's doing, but that's what he's doing. But yeah, there's no icons over there, so that would have been a bit of a disaster. Alright, let's do the border check. Yep, yes sir, I've got smoked eel back here. Yeah, we're headed into Greece to continue on. Alright, thanks, you have a nice day too. So, here we go.
Keep right, and then exit right.
And yeah, the Greek flag, I believe that's what it is. There we go, Greece.
Exit
I'm
right.
usually pretty good at that.
Keep
So,
left.
lots of folks resting over here. We'll just stay to the left like we have. No reason to try to jockey with those trucks parked on the side over there. Alright, so now we've got the Greek authorities checking our documents, making sure they don't have any issues. We got a man truck coming up next to us here. I was going to say we should get released first. I would imagine that the check is similar unless they find a problem. So, Javi Raicio. Again, companies I'm totally unfamiliar with at this point, so definitely interesting. All right, and we've got a toll station. So once again, just a bunch of gates, so we'll go straight down the middle. And €6, so not bad. So yeah, it looks like we're getting a giant payday, but we're going to be spending most of that on tolls. So I know you may have noticed it was like 2,700 euros instead of a couple hundred like our jobs normally are with the real economy. But once again, we're getting paid that much because they're covering our tolls. So I'm sure those tolls are going to be quite expensive because it's Sunday. We've got till Thursday. I'm thinking we're going to spend 2 or 3 days on these ferries. So they're going to take a little while to get through. I think it would be the Mediterranean. Or no, I don't think we're actually down at the never mind. Something else. Black Sea? Not sure which body of water we're crossing. So, shame on me there, I guess. Uh-oh. I didn't realize this was going down, but we made it. Although, I made it going a lot faster than I intend to. So I better get myself back at a reasonable speed. But yeah, coming up on 200 kilometers here, so we should be seeing Thessalonica quite soon, I would think. This may be the last major interchange that we have to deal with. There we go, straight ahead. So I assume that means we kind of are off to the left instead of going to the right to get to Athens. And interesting, so just a rest area on the side of the road there. Oh no, there's a actual frontage road or something, or like a entrance place, but yeah, it's just a parking location. If I was getting on, I guess that's the actual highway. This is us on the ramp. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'll just keep driving. You keep enjoying the view. That's all you need to do. Alright, call it Chori. Again, I'm going too fast, so I'll slow down a bit. But there's the words of our location. So, discovery should happen shortly. And I see the anchor for the ferry point. So, there we go. Or otherwise, if we were delivering, I'm guessing...
Keep right.
I see, we could turn left from here. I was going to say, I'm thinking we would have had to get there some other way, but we would not. So, Greek flag in the center of the roundabout.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Let's just make sure nobody's coming in. No one's
Exit
coming in.
now.
And then just need to be careful here. Yeah, one of the things they have, I think, is this new summary that keeps track of our driving in a lot more detail. So I think it includes things like if we clip a sign and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that works over time. Or, well, how I work with it. I think it will work fine. I think it's just, it'll highlight my poor driving a lot more. So just create more embarrassment for me. But I think I was okay with that sign. It didn't look like we took it out, so I think we're okay. So I'm not sure if those are just a bunch of the flags of where the ferry goes to. Like, I think that first one would be the Israeli flag. I'm just terrible with many of the
Reroute.
foreign country flags. Okay, why am I rerouting? This is where I want to be. Unless I'm mistaken, but like this should be it, you know? Yeah, this is it. So, whatever.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Interesting. It's confused, but those things happen. Alright, so I need to... I think it's Lima Sol. Goodness. Am I going to be able to tell? Well, let me verify, because the last thing I want to do is... Yes, Lima Sol. Because, yeah, it looks like we can go, I assume here. Yeah, Ashdod is down there. And then I don't know if Mersin was the other one. No, Port Said, but yeah, so there you go. 31 hours on the ferry, 1,984 euros.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why the GPS is struggling with this. Maybe it just does a really bad job with the ferries. But yeah, Latakia.
Recomputing.
Alright, so now we want to drive here. And we're going to Larnaca. And then we get on a ferry and go to Latakia. Assuming I'm, again, saying anything correctly. But now it's Monday afternoon. We're fully rested. Oh, drive on the left. So Cyprus has got a bit of a difference here. So I think we're just having to go way over here. Interesting. This is a challenging way out of here. At least well, we got some cones. Yeah, we hit those. Probably gonna hold that against me in my statistics that we talked about, but at least they gave us a little bit of room to swing. Oh boy. Can I make it? No, I can't. So I guess, well, we're gonna not be nice to the cones, I suppose, because I don't know that I can be. Ooh. Well, those are pretty sturdy cones. So hopefully we didn't do too much damage. Alright, turn right, but remember that we're staying on the left side of the road. So that's the biggest thing.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Alright, and again I have to go to the left. So the third exit, yeah, because obviously just the one is going to Robin or Rabin, that company over there, a little hotel.
Exit now.
But this is how we get out. Alright, can we make
Keep
the
right,
light?
and then turn right.
Maybe we're...
Turn right.
Alright. Again, trying to get used to driving on this side. So I'm a little hesitant. Do we get recruiting agency? Yes, alright. Those are always great. So if I have the opportunity to hire folks later, that'll give me a bigger network to find better drivers. But again, I think we're a long, long, long way from any of that. Alright, so we'll merge over here. And then again, our total drive is 295, so I'm sure we have a little bit once we get off the ferry on the other end. But beyond that, that's probably... oh boy. So we'll take this slowly. Definitely, oh, I'm kind of getting stuck. The last thing I want to do is not have enough momentum to move here. So a little bit of a hit on the guardrail. Come on, let me in. Did not give me much room, but I suppose he's like, you're a professional driver, I'm a professional driver, we should be able to make this work without too much difficulty. But it gave me more stress than it probably gave him. So we are still 80. Beautiful island. I would imagine a little bit probably like any island, a little bit mountainous and hilly, and I was going to say maybe a little like Hawaii, but I think Hawaii is more tropical than this appears to be. So, shouldn't be too far. It's basically the next city
Keep
over.
left, and then turn left.
Alright, so am I exiting here? Is that what it's telling me? I think so. So yeah, because otherwise that gets us up to Nicosia. I think when I've played on my own, I think I went to Nicosia. The name sounds familiar, so.
Turn left.
But there's Larnaca. And I'm assuming we just, well, sometimes the speeds aren't really as nice to play with as they seem. It doesn't tell me I should slow down, but that looks like a pretty sharp turn, so I mean, it's saying 100 there, but I don't know. We're only going 70, and it feels like we can't do much faster than that. Alright, so now we're off on this main road, A5, instead of A1. That should ultimately be taking us to our destination, which is another ferry port. Should be a shorter ride, less than 31 hours, I would think, to Laitika, or whatever it is. Alright, so we might be exiting here. Although, well, maybe not, because I don't see the port, so we might have to kind of pass through here.
Keep left.
Alright, let me just check so I'm not mistakenly doing something. So yeah, I just go around through, we'll go by DHL, and then we are ready to embark. So still 7 kilometers to the town proper. Hopefully we get the discovery here. So at this point it's not really giving it to us, but there we go. I'm like, we're certainly within a city.
Go
okay.
straight on.
Light is green, so we're good. Alright, that one turns green. Everything's working for us right now. We'll see if we can just blow through town. There's
Get ready to
DHL.
turn left.
And there's the ship. Turn left, huh? Okay, interesting. So I better check that. Alright, because yeah, it looks like basically, yeah, 2 different docks here. I don't know that I've been at a facility that has that. So that's good to know, because otherwise, yeah, that ferry in front of us is the wrong one. Any gate
Turn
here? No, doesn't look like it, so. Oh, well, at least it's clearly labeled, so if you want to go to Haifa, the Tripoli, and Latakia,
Get ready to turn right.
whatever it is, are
Turn
right there. And like I said, we know we want to go to Latakia, so yeah, they're both similar ferries. Well, it's nice they're letting us on first. Looks like those folks might be waiting, but it's alright. Alright, Latakia, yeah, just 7 hours. 340 more euros.
Finding a new route.
But this probably means, yeah, we're getting there in the middle of the night. Forgot they make us put the parking brake on. Alright, so we got a border crossing. Well, I'm glad they have the stuff in green, because
Rerouting.
I certainly cannot read Arabic script there. Welcome to Syria. So, never been here before. So this is all new.
Turn right, and then turn left.
Alright, it looks like... So what I think I'm gonna do, because I don't have to go very far, I'm gonna go to the left and rest. I hope I'm not gonna regret this, because this is not like the largest roads in the world.
Never mind.
But
I'll find a new route.
if I do that at
When
least,
possible, make a U-turn.
then I'll be able to drive in
Okay,
daylight next
let's find a
time.
new route.
That's the important thing, so.
Recomputing.
But yeah, we didn't need to be there
Finding a new route.
till Thursday, so I should be okay.
Make a U-turn.
Oh boy. Just a question of, can I really make the turn here? So yeah, it looks like these are the rest spots. Is it gonna make me go really far? Come on. There we go. Alright, so that way we're in the morning, 542 euros. I think we'll be paying our loan soon. But probably not before certainly not before I'm done with my delivery, because it's around midday that we're required to make our payment. But this gets us a nicer view here. We get to see things in the light of day instead of just driving in the new area in the dark. But you can see our delivery point is just really close right there. Just a couple turns through town right here. Looks like some construction going on there. No traffic. Oh, I spoke too soon. There's just no traffic on this road. Thinking there's a recruitment agency back there, but again, I don't want to make things too difficult. I just need to get there now. Alright, turn on my signal, I suppose. Probably the last thing I want to do is get a ticket as soon as I arrive in a new region. And there we go. This should be our delivery point. And we need to go...
It was a nice ride.
Oh, I see. Alright. I can see the spot there. It's just, do I have enough room? Looks like it's not too bad. Should be able to pull in and then sharply turn around, maybe pull next to that trailer on the other side. Looks like there's room there. And then I can try to back in. So, let's see. So that's not bad. I mean, it's a good amount of moving around. Take my normal view, I suppose. I was gonna say there's enough room here. I almost could try to really back it in, like in first person view. But that's not really how I'd been doing the series. I've never tried that, honestly, for any length of time. I've done it once or twice just to try it, and it's hard. Especially when you're doing like a blind side turn in, like this would be a little bit. Again, you've got the little glowing parking spots here that you wouldn't have in real life, but alright. This was pretty basic, so I'm sure we're not going to get a great reward for that parking job, but we are here. So let's see. Excellent. Proficiency. Ooh, they've changed the bars to make them, instead of being the little line in the thing, so that's a little bit of a cosmetic redo. So less than 500 experience now is what we got, but I'm also looking down here. I think a job similar in experience might get me up another level next time, but it's just possible we'll level up with our next delivery, or it might take a couple yet. But either way, we are here. More importantly, this is what I keep monitoring, so my profit in 7 days is still a good, solid, positive number. So that's exactly what we want to be doing. But happy to be back on this series, or back and able to continue is really what it is. I never really left the series, I just was forced to halt it for a time. So for those who have been waiting, I'm happy to be back, and sorry to keep you waiting, but I made it as short as I could. So we should be back on schedule with these, appearing every 8 days as they normally would, and this is the day it should have appeared, so it just worked out perfectly. So I will see you next time.